Welcome everyone to Totally Online Gaming Group's channel. We're glad you guys could join us as we embark on a new campaign that we are going to start out in podcast form. This will be our first adventure that we're doing together and our first game session. But eventually we are going to move into the video realm once we get things set up. And I am calling this Totally Online Gaming Group offline because this is actually an in-person game. So, hey, yeah, that's right. We're all together for once. But we're going to have some fun today, and before we get into the game itself, I want to introduce you to my players, and they're going to introduce their characters. So, Logan, would you like to start?
Sure. I'm Logan. My character is a half-elf bard named Leon Palance. He sort of acts as a bit of a vigilante and traveling bard and recently joined up with a mercenary group.
Hi, my name is Zach. My character's name is Goldmere. He is a Wood Elf Horizon Walker Ranger. Recently, getting off of his tour with the military, he decided to form this band of adventurers.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Persephone. She goes by Percy for short. She's a tiefling sorcerer. She's like 32 years old. Recent demon daddy issues make my life a little complicated, but here we are.
Alright. My name's Daniel. I'm playing Ajax Windspark, a Furbolg Tempest cleric who has been working with gold in the military up until this point.
I'm Oscar Rivera. I'm playing Tomor Jaeger, a half-orc blood hunter who has been kicked out of his family's land, isn't loved by anybody, and now is just trying to make some money on the side until he can find the person he needs to find.
Oh, but I love you, Oscar.
All right, so that's the players. So now we are going to begin our new campaign, Atavar Ascension. The world of Atavar has a long and storied history. Well, to be honest, pretty much any world that hasn't just been created from the primordial ooze 10 seconds ago will have a long and storied history. So yeah, that's kind of cliche. But who cares? You're not here for flowery words and a history lesson. You want to know how you fit into this world. Well, it's pretty simple, actually. Figure it out, man. I mean, seriously, do you need a guidebook or something? You were born, life is tough, especially with dragons and other crazy beasties just aching to chomp on you. Well, and not to mention other people and their ambitions for wealth or world domination or whatnot, always starting wars and beating up on the little guy. By the way, that's you, the little guy. You're not going to get any hand-holding from me. I had to figure it all out too, you know. So toughen up and get out there. There's adventure to be had. Don't waste your short life just plowing a field. Grab a sword or something, and let's go! All right, so the party.
Yay.
Hello.
You start out in the city of Kyber. You are a group that has been together now for about 6 months and gotten fairly comfortable with everyone's styles and skills, as well as being on enough jobs, seeing enough work together that, well, you've seen some shit. And because you worked as a team, you pulled through. Thus, you feel pretty confident that everyone's got each other's backs. You have at least some trust for each other. Well, in Kyber, you are currently staying at an inn and tavern called the Honey Pot. The Honey Pot is a fairly nice little place with a decent-sized dining room. You imagine, looking at the number of tables, you could probably fit about 40 or 50 people in here, if and when it's packed. You also have some rooms that you've been renting up here, and there's probably enough rooms to cover the same amount of people as could actually be catered to in the tavern portion of this inn and tavern. Currently, it is morning. You guys have just woken up and walked down to the tavern portion from your rooms. And as you get there, you see, once again, the owner, Alyssa, who, with a bright smile on her face, walks over to the table that you have sat down at, and, as usual, hands you the menus of what they have for today's meals.
Anything different than usual?
That jasmine honey tea sounds pretty good.
Actually, it is quite good. It is our specialty, but I'm afraid not. We're actually running quite a bit low on supplies lately. Enough of that. This is what we have today. Again, I'm sorry if there's repeats, but I hope you will enjoy it. I do make it fresh myself.
Anybody care for a drink?
I'll have some of the jasmine honey tea and some scrambled eggs, please.
Excellent.
I'll go with what he's having.
I'll take an Evermead.
Evermead it is.
Evermead for me as well.
Very well. And,
Sure, one of those.
one for you as well, miss. Okay. And she goes, shall I put it on your rooms, or will you...
Go ahead.
Very
Yeah,
well.
mine's on his.
As you should say. And she scuttles off to the kitchen, where you... excuse me. You know,
That's 1,013 gold you now owe me.
Just keep
she scuttles off
tallying
to
it
the
up.
kitchen,
Life dead.
Put it on my tab.
where you see kind of running around behind the bar and in the kitchen area. There are some children, which you have seen her 4 little ragamuffins kind of constantly in and about the kitchen. The oldest, no more than 10 or 11. The youngest, just, toddling along, as one does at such a young age. But she seems to be managing, yet you have never seen anyone help her, other than, the oldest of the children does their best to assist. But no one else. It seems that she's kind of running this all on her own. Which makes a little bit more sense to you, considering you haven't ever really seen this place that busy. In fact, there's only been a few other people that have come in here over the last couple days, mostly to maybe grab a drink or a little bit of food. But you're the only one staying here currently. Business looks like it's been rough.
Alyssa, about the being low on resources, and clearly you're overworked, it seems. Is there anything we could do about that? I can't really notice it.
Yeah, the service sucks.
Hey, she's a single mom. She's doing as best she can.
No, I do have a husband, thank you.
Sorry.
It's just,
He's out providing.
she takes a deep breath. It's none of your concern. It's handled. Or it will be, I hope.
Well, quite frankly, to me, it takes more than 5 minutes for my tea to come out, so it's becoming my concern. What's wrong?
She kind of looks at you, and she seems a little offended by your attitude towards her, but
Alyssa, please, forgive him. He's a little grumpy this morning.
Touch me again.
Just because they found you last night and the plan that didn't work out doesn't mean you gotta be a grumpy Gus.
Simply looking out.
she says, understood. Your tea will be right out. Apologize, I must attend to business. I have a business to run, so she runs back to the kitchen and begins working on the food and the tea. Now, all of you, well, let's just say it's a good thing you're putting stuff on your tab, because your resources have been slowly but surely dwindling over the last couple weeks. There hasn't been a lot of jobs, well, how should we put it, for non-certified groups. You know very well that people don't like to hire outside of the guild because there's been a lot of scams that have been run. People get taken advantage of. And they know at the very least if they go through the guild, they're covered. So unfortunately, as you have not made yourselves noticed at the guild and taken care of business there, you currently are not certified.
Jason,
Yes.
would our characters have any outside information to more or less figure out how to become a part of the guild, or is that something that we
Yes.
would need to learn?
No, absolutely. You would know that typically what happens is to become a guild member for the if you could call it adventurers or mercenary guild, basically it's freelance associates. You basically have to come there and prove yourself of, look, we are a group. They typically do not do individuals on a one-on-one basis. It is mostly a group affiliations because they take on jobs that are actually worth their time because they get a percentage of the pay. And something that one or two or maybe even three people can handle on their own usually isn't going to pay enough that's going to get them a cut worthy of sticking their neck out and saying, yeah, if these people cheat you, we'll cover it.
They're like our insurance company.
Exactly. And the normal way to get involved in the guild is to present a group that wants to petition for membership. Go there, and then you are basically put under evaluation. That evaluation comes with a 50 gold administrative fee to start. And then from there, you are basically have a little magical orb that kind of follows you around and observes as you choose between some initial entry-level work and complete a few tasks here or there, and you are graded on such. And if you complete them well enough, then your admittance into the guild is certified, and you can now take on much more lucrative assignments.
Well, team, we've been together now 6 months. I think it's finally time for us to take our true first steps. As leader of the group, I'll pay the 50 gold. It's no problem by me. But let's go take our test.
Is it 50 gold per person or 50 gold for the group?
I think it's 50 gold.
As much as I hate organizations, I think we kind of don't have a choice at this point. So I agree. The guild might be our best option. But you, Tomer?
Let's see if they accept my kind.
Oh, relax. I'm sure someone as rugged and cutthroat as you could get any kind of job that required a mercenary.
Well, we'll see about that.
I'm sure they're not going to care about the shape of your ears. They're going to care about the sharpness of your blade.
I'm going to keep my head up just in case. Can't be too careful.
Alright, let's cover our tab and get out of here.
Alright. Alyssa, how much do we owe you?
Let's see, 3 nights, oh my, 37 drinks, different
Ajax.
varieties.
Listen,
I was thirsty.
we had a little competition. It's alright.
And,
They never beat us.
15 meals. In total, that will be 28 gold, 5 silver.
I'll cover it.
Very well.
I'll cover the lot.
Thank you
That
very
was
much.
mighty generous of you.
No problem.
I'm gonna leave her 15 extra gold.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, it's very generous of you.
I think I'm going to double up on that and toss 15 and take care of yourself.
Oh, Goodness.
Well, if everyone else is doing it, I can't just sit here. And I also toss over 15 more.
I pay the tab, but I'm going to use 30 gold, and then she can keep the rest. Make sure those
I don't know what to say, and she actually is tearing up a little bit. Thank you all so much. You are more than welcome to stay here anytime, and I will absolutely do my best to take care of you.
You have people to take care of yourself, no?
The kids matter more than us.
Precisely.
Trust me,
Thank you.
but not having a parent around, you make a difference.
Thank you so much.
Good day.
Let's go.
Take care of yourself.
And we leave.
Yeah,
All
to
right.
the guild!
Alright, so...
Is this what walking sounds like?
Yes.
Flintstones running sound effect.
Okay, so here, this is the city of Kyber, where you are located.
Honeypot.
Microphone, not good. The honeypot is down there indeed, and this is the zone map, which shows you the different zones, or I guess you could call them the different districts within Kyber.
So we're in the bowl right now?
Yeah, we're in the
Yes.
bowl. Alright. So the honeypot's there. Where's the bowl?
Sorry, he's accident. This is I don't get on the
Yeah, it's in the center right here. Is right over here.
So we gotta go
Towards
to
the center.
We gotta go to the east gate.
Can I-
We gotta go to the east gate.
Oh, so honeypot's over.
In the bowl. And we gotta go to the east gate.
Oh, I see.
So there's actual
Understood.
gates blocking off parts of the city?
No,
No.
this is just their sections.
Oh, well, isn't the Adventurers Guild just up a road?
Adventurers Guild is
It's in the center of the town.
Adventurers Guild is up over here.
Yeah, so we just
Technically,
go
it is in
from-
the edge of Eastgate, but it's also, it's part of the bowl.
It's like a borderline.
Yep, and it's right on basically the city center.
Alright.
So you are several blocks away. This is
a nice 30-minute walk.
this is a big city. This is like, you guys have been here for a little while. This is about like 40, 50,000 people.
It's a lot of mouths to feed.
Mm-hmm.
So we were drinking and eating. Was it what time of day is it right now?
This is morning. This was breakfast.
I was drinking alcohol in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, that was breakfast.
You
Hell
sound
yeah.
surprised.
Don't worry, you're not the only one.
No, this
Get
all
your
tracks.
carbs in.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get our steps in today, boys.
Alright, well,
I
start
kind
walking.
of just expect you to drink that.
Booze and food.
No, booze or food for you.
So it takes you
I know you.
about 30 minutes or so of walking. You see the streets themselves. Kyber is fairly well ordered. Going through the bowl, especially heading towards the city center, you notice, especially at the major cross streets, there are typically city guards on patrol or hanging out, keeping an eye on things. There are also several people going about their morning business, some heading to shops which they own to open them up, or to work in some other location, or on errands. Quite a few. Primarily human, but you do see several other races here and there. Dwarves, elves, halflings, the occasional gnome.
How common are tieflings?
No?
Okay. Cool. Good
Yeah,
call.
you are kind of a unique sight.
You
Got
stick
it.
out like a
Hood
sore
up.
thumb.
Yeah, in fact,
We have several unique sites here.
yes, in fact,
Hood's
everyone
not going to do much for my tail, but you know.
everyone give me perception checks. If you
Oh,
will.
first roll of the night, baby.
First roll.
Woo! Starting off strong. Where's my perception?
I've got a 15 passive perception. Can I just take that?
Ooh,
No, this is a roll.
30. No, it's not 30. Not 30. 20 total.
Are you
I
ready
got
for
a
this?
dirty 20.
Yeah, same.
5.
9.
15.
Okay. Anyone who got higher than a 12,
Okay, so I'm not looking. Eyes are closed.
you're not
Understood.
paying attention to it. Anyone who got higher than a 12 notices that your group as a whole definitely gets several odd looks by people you are passing. Primarily, they are looking at you three.
Yeah.
And especially you, with your lovely little horns. Not as much at you, but yes, a little bit because you had your hood up, as you said.
Yeah.
But they're still just kind of eyeing the group as a whole and really kind of paying attention to you guys because it's like, what the heck? It's just not common sights. It's, especially you two. You guys are
Ajax and Persephone.
Yeah. You two are definitely something that most people haven't seen before. Now, they kind of have seen similar to you as far as size and stature and everything, as there are Goliaths that tend to roam around, and those are not uncommon. They're not, super common, but they're not something that you wouldn't expect to see in the city, which in fact you do see a few as you're making your journey to the Adventurers Guild. But that is your walk through the town. You just catch a few odd glances here and there, but nothing.
Ajax is probably used to it.
Yeah,
so.
I was like, I can't believe I wouldn't be.
Yeah, no one says anything or does anything to you, but they're definitely looking your guys' way.
Percy, does it ever bother you when people do that?
Do what?
You know, just the odd stares.
What stairs?
You can't act like you...
Let her live in her little world. Let her live in her world.
That's what I do every day.
And this is
Just
what we
walk
drink.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Next drink's on me then.
All right.
As you approach finally the city square and look across it, you see several large buildings, including the council building, a fairly large church, as well as across on the other side, you see the Freelance Association.
Hoorah!
Which, looking upon it, quite an impressive building. It is very opulent, with a gorgeous set of marble carved stairs going up to a beautiful set of double doors that are made of a very dark wood with gold and silver inlay on them, and they are currently wide open, waiting for people to walk in.
Figured these people would be hoity-toity. Let's just get this over with.
This is a little highbrow compared to what I'm used to.
A little too rich for our taste.
Too rich for most people, if you ask me.
Very well. I just walk up the stairs, just sauntering.
All right, and the rest of you
Follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pay no attention to the
I'm walking right alongside Gold.
niceties.
All right, entering through the doorway, you see a very large entry hall with vaulted ceilings, easily 20 feet high. And the space itself is probably a good 20 feet wide in this entry hall, and it goes back for a good 30 feet or so to a large desk setup. Almost like an administrative place. And sitting behind the desk are two people. One human and one that they look from this distance like maybe they've got some elven heritage, but you're not really sure. Maybe as you get closer you'll be able to see. But the other one is clearly a very gruff looking, full beard, just kind of intimidating you from this distance, large human.
I walk directly to him.
Okay.
I'll follow right behind.
He's sitting there, just kind of scribbling on some paper or some kind of notes or something that he's doing. And when you approach, he just looks up and goes, "Can I help you?"
Probably. We need to join the guild.
Newbies, huh? Alright. Hold on. turns around, grabs off of a little shelf behind him, kind of a ream of papers, unrolls them, thumbs through a little bit, goes, here, folds it over, sets it down. All right. Group name.
No, that's...
We don't have a group name.
No, we
Insert
don't.
name here.
Oh boy. I didn't
Didn't
think
you
this
used
far.
to have an old warband name?
Yeah, we were the Blue Devils.
No, I feel like that'd be the default then.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little counterproductive in my situation.
Fair point.
The Blue Devils back.
Not very progressive.
I am both blue and purple.
Yeah, I feel like we're making Persephone here our mascot by doing that.
That would be kind of funny.
You could
I mean-
paint her in a pinup position, pose on the side of a wagon.
Now this man's got ideas.
Listen, I mean, she's
This is why
kind
they
of
pay you
cute.
the big bucks, don't they?
Hey, Blue Devils is fine with me.
You okay with it first?
I flip my hair. I guess so.
The Blue Devils it is.
All right, Blue Devils. Sounds like you're kind of only semi-decided, so we'll put that down for now. If you change your mind, just know we'll have to update the records. Puts that down. And this it for the group.
Yes, sir.
5. All right. And have you had any unsanctioned jobs in the past that you have referrals from?
I think you two
Do
probably
we?
have the best ones.
We served in the 122nd Force Recon, also named the Blue Devils, back in the York War. It's gotta be hard to
Before my time.
refer back, but there are a few old men who would tell the tales.
All right.
And he's still
Fair
alive
enough.
from that mess.
Fair enough.
Fucking disaster.
All right. Gonna need you all to sign this now. He puts the ream of paper over.
Hang on. You did say that we knew someone that was still around from that. We can use him as
Attic Bottle Brew, who is
Yes.
the prison, basically the warden of the prison of Overshore.
Now, I'm gonna
He's a
say the
little
gold.
too far away for
Oh, is
reference
that an
around here.
overshore?
Yes, which,
Gotcha.
speaking of which, if you look at the main map here, every one of these squares is approximately 1 day travel.
Okay, so
About 20,
just,
it's anywhere between 25 and 30 miles.
just a little bit away now.
We do have a reference, but he's a little bit of a ways away over at Overshore.
Either way, our work will speak for itself. We don't need a reference.
Very well. Sign right there.
Oh yeah, it starts with a T.
Do you need me to sign for you next time?
I
I
take
got it,
the
I got
pen,
it.
I cut my hand open, and I
That'll work.
on the
Well,
paper.
that was unnecessary, but okay.
That'll work.
Brutal.
All right.
Distasteful.
Need
I'm
to
gonna
collect-
bandage your hand now.
Need to collect your registration.
I'm gonna make a medicine check to bandage your hand.
Okay, roll. You proficient in medicine?
Nope.
Okay.
13.
All right. You think you've got some bandages around there.
Yep.
You don't know how well it's going to help, but,
Better than I could do. She'll be fine. Alright, gold, cop off the gold.
Chingle, chingle. 50 gold in the sack.
He takes it, grabs a ream of paper back, looks over the signatures, counts her the gold, ties it up, and grabs like a little stamp thing. Stamps it into some waxy drips on there, signs, rolls it up, puts a nice little cloth kind of ribbon around it, ties it, then looks over at what is clearly now a half-elf, who's sitting a little ways down at the other side of the desk, and says, "Hey, LaRue, got another one, needs to be filed." And he just throws it And the half-elf, without really even looking, still just kind of working on something, just catches it as it comes, stands up, turns and walks into a back room. And then he goes, all right, 1 second, pulls out some more stuff, and he hands you 5 scrolls. He says, all right, you can pick any one of these jobs. You're going to have to complete at least 2 under supervision and get passing grades on them. If you do, you'll become certified. Speaking of which, he reaches down under the desk, fiddles around with something. You hear some kind of knocking around. It's almost like kind of glass clinking against each other. And he pulls out this little glass ball. Looks like a large marble, like one of the really big ones. Takes that, and he says, who's in charge?
That'd be me.
All right, step forward. No, put your hand down. Lean in a bit. He touches it to your forehead. This is uncomfortable. It then floats up directly above your head, sits there for a little bit, and then as you guys are looking at it, it seems to fade from view. That little bugger will be observing you. We'll assign someone to review everything and give you grades. Here's what I got available for testing. These have come in recently, and they're about the beginner level.
Caravan guards needed 25 GP per guard per week, plus a bonus for safe arrival. Speak with Nathaniel Crawford for details. Find him at the Hideaway Tavern and Grill.
Investigators needed at the docks, 50 GP. Speak with the harbor master for details.
Woodhurst needs assistance, 200 gold pieces. Speak with LMA Finsmore at the Finsmore Manor.
Missing persons, 100 gold pieces. Speak with Alyssa O'Daughtry of the Honey Pot Inn.
Alyssa?
Shit.
Well, I vote that one already.
Missing.
I was going to say, let's go for the big one first, just to make a statement, but
Yeah, the livestock disappearing. They're already gone, so.
I think we got a leg
I
up.
think they were more referring to what made them go missing.
I think we have a leg up on the missing persons, so we knock that one out first, and then go something bigger.
I will say, we have a personal connection with the job provider. I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
To help someone out in need, Gold, that's not a good idea.
No, I'm saying the fact that we have personal stakes in the matter.
What person?
Your feelings might get in the way.
It's not like I'm in love with the woman.
Well, I don't know, the way you eyeball her. Might as well be.
Listen, she's got kids. She's working the tavern by herself.
I'm just saying, don't get too attracted to
I don't care.
I grab the paper and I walk up to the man we were talking to, and I tell him, we'll do this one. And you point me in the direction of, who am I talking with for it?
Alyssa, we met her this morning.
That was where we started.
Never mind. I just thought I'd let you know, and I turn around and walk back towards the tavern.
So, this one, so he's like, all right, make sure you take it with you. That way the client knows that this is official.
All right,
Give
I
a
got
thumbs
it.
up as I walk away.
I think this was the smart decision.
And I'll take the rest back until you do the next. Thank you.
Alright, let's get this over with. Make our money and go.
I nod.
I'm already halfway out the door.
Stoically.
Let's go.
All right.
Right on.
So do you guys head back towards the honey pot?
Yep.
I'd actually like to ask him a few more questions real quick.
Sure. He's just sitting there.
While I've got your time, is there any other goods or services that the guild here offers to adventurers?
Well, when you're certified full members,
Yes.
yeah, you can shop through our supply stores. We give decent prices, and there's things in there you may not find available to the general public because we have some deals here and there to get special equipment that those such as yourselves would be needing. Additionally, if you get banged up real bad and manage to make it back here without dying, we can patch you up.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Alright. I say we head straight to the honey pot now.
Repeat, I'm already halfway out the door.
Percy.
I say we just get a leash and put her on her.
I whisper to Golden. She's quite impatient.
We shared that in common, and I would start walking.
Ajax, crown of gold's blood died.
I wouldn't let him hear you say that.
I heard it. Remember, I'm an elf.
Stop listening to me with them big old ears.
That's an invasion of privacy, son.
You wouldn't say that if I was part elf.
That's even worse.
Then it's actually racist. You don't have me making fun of your big old teeth now, do you? I need them. Chompers.
Alright, so you guys make your way back the way you had come this morning. And you happen upon a stray cat or two as you're walking.
Are there any pet stores around here?
Oh, God.
You would have to look and see.
I'm not taking care of it.
Oh, I would.
Oh God, you're a
Yeah,
ranger.
you could ask around if that's something you want to do. It would require an investigation check to kind of ask around, figure out that kind of stuff.
I'll save it for later. We got a job to do.
So once again, about half an hour walk, you arrive back at the honeypot, and as you walk in, there is another group of two people sitting over at a table, seeming to be enjoying a little bit of a late breakfast, or later breakfast, maybe brunch you might call it. And one other person kind of sitting in the corner, seeming to nurse some morning beer. Or it could be ale or mead. You're not exactly sure.
Morning alcohol.
Yes.
Drinky.
Akin, one of the people that would be close to your heart there.
AJ.
But
Can you do recon and join them?
Sure.
Just be social. I know how social you are.
I don't.
Do you need to accompany you?
I chuckle.
Chuckle awkwardly.
So
you can join along if you'd like. This is not going to go well if I do the talk. And just to get my facts straight, these are two people we
I'll
saw
need you with me. I'm not good at talking.
sitting in the honey pot, right?
yeah, they're sitting there enjoying enjoying, like I said, kind of a brunch. It's a later breakfast. Both human, one male, one female.
Gotcha.
They don't seem to be, finely dressed or anything like that. They look very working class.
Good deal.
And the other one who is sitting and enjoying some alcohol in the morning, a little bit better dressed, but not much more so. Just human male sitting there, older gentleman. But that's the only other people in here besides Alyssa, who seems to be kind of, bustling to and fro.
Morning again, Alyssa, I say as I...
Oh, you're back.
About that,
Yes.
is there a time I can have you one-on-one for a minute?
For what reason?
I hand her the paper.
Oh, I didn't realize you were part of the guild. Yes, fine. One second. She runs into the back and comes out with a young boy, about 10 or 11 years old, and you hear her kind of. They're over at the side a little bit, and you can easily hear her say, Caleb, yes, the eggs and the sweetbreads that are going to go to that table, and this drink over here, if you could finish pouring that and take that to that table, please take care of things. I won't be long, maybe 5-10 minutes. You've got it? And he goes, yes, Mom, I can do it.
Are we all within earshot for this?
Yeah.
I do what she said to do for the boy.
So you go to try to help?
Bussing and
Well,
giving food out.
he stares at you as you walk up over there. He's looking at you like...
I flip my hair in the wind.
Yeah, roll an insight check.
I was not there. I was checking the back of the tavern.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Yeah, it is clearly a... What the fuck is this thing? Look on his face. Just like...
Patrick.
I've never seen this.
Important question. Cloven hooves or normal?
Normal.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the tail and the horns.
Right.
And the purple skin.
I just want to know how much more outlandish.
No, it's the purple skin, the tail, and the horns.
Yeah.
And you asked me to go see what they're talking about, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go sit down.
Just be
right.
social.
Social's not really my speciality, but I'll go probe them.
Okay. So, while you've got a wide-eyed young boy
That's fine.
looking at you, taking over his duties.
Yeah.
And you two are up near Alyssa, who is going to talk with you in a moment. You guys have kind of headed towards the back, you said.
No, he's staying inside. I'm the only one around back.
Oh, you're going around back of the building.
Just looking around the sides, checking the back, see if there's any struggle, if there's like a
Okay.
grab and go type of situation.
Okay. Before I get to you, then, I will need from Tomer an investigation check.
Plus 3. 21.
All right. You're looking around back there. You don't really see anything that would lead you to believe that there was someone taken from behind the building or anything like that. You do actually manage to find what looks like someone was basically using this back alley, which is a couple different buildings back here, as kind of their home, like, someone who, somebody homeless or, without a job, whatever. They had set up kind of a makeshift little tent out of some old rags and stuff like that and some sticks to prop it up, and there's some, random blankets and stuff thrown in as bedding, and, some leftover, like, chicken bones and stuff like that. But they're currently not there. But that's about all you find.
Alright, I'm going to head back inside then.
Okay. You, Ajax, you head towards the back. I assume going towards the lone person drinking, or are you going towards the couple eating?
Which way did you point me at?
Drinker.
The single one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go over towards him, and then I see the kid that was told to fill in for Alyssa, correct?
Yeah, he's back towards the bar next to Persephone.
Do I know his name?
Well, you had already headed off that way, so you probably wouldn't have heard it.
Okay.
Actually, I'll give you roll. You can roll a perception check to see if you actually heard it.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Okay, you actually heard the name as you were walking by. So
We're using the rolls for the wrong reasons.
Those big years came in handy.
We're going to fight, we're screwed.
Yeah, I'm using up all my good rolls. I'm just gonna call over to him I'll take the usual. We're frequenters of this one, right?
Yeah, you've been here for like 3 nights.
Yeah, 'cause we had a tab, so I'm gonna say I'll take the usual. which is the Evermead.
And he's still staring at Persephone.
If he doesn't know what that means, I'll let him bring some what he thinks is the usual.
So,
and I sit down right next to this dude who's and I'll kind of wait for a reaction from just looking right at him.
Okay. As you sit down with your bulk being quite large, it kind of, shakes the table and the chairs a little bit, and he just kind of looks up and almost spills his drink a little bit as he kind of catches it, and he's like, "Can I help you?"
Morning, friend.
Morning.
You know anything about anyone going missing around these parts?
No.
You sure?
Are you trying to intimidate him?
I squint my eyes.
Are you trying to intimidate him?
Hang on, would that be intimidate or an insight?
That'd be intimidating.
Okay.
If you're trying to intimidate him, yes, it's intimidate.
Use them good skills, boy.
I actually don't have much for intimidate. Actually, I do. 16 plus 2, 18.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I don't know about anybody missing. He pushes his drink forward, quickly reaches into a pouch, throws out 2 gold, gets up, pushes his chair back, and just walks out.
Do I see the guy walking out as I'm walking in?
Yeah.
He just bumps into him.
Damn it,
I
Ajax.
take the gold and look back to gold. He didn't know nothing. Free beer. I take his drink.
Yep, you must.
And I leave the gold as the tip.
Oh, boy.
It's the brute.
So, now, for you two. Alyssa says, after she, tells Caleb to help out and take care of some things, which by now Persephone is doing everything that Caleb was told to do, and he's still just standing there, like, staring, just watching her do everything, like, I mean, he's kind of like in a stunned silence of, like, what are you, and everything I was told to do is getting done, what do I do now? He's confused.
Wasn't he at the inn early? We've been here for, what, like a week?
Yes, but he spent most of his time in the kitchens, and I mean, you see them kind of running around back there doing stuff, but they don't necessarily always come out. Usually, Alyssa just handles everything front of house. But then she actually takes you two and walks through a door to the side that actually leads to kind of the back of the building where her family's residence is, built into this establishment itself. It's not very large, especially for a family that there's 4 children running around that you've seen from time to time, and a mom, and from what you learned, apparently she has a husband. So, a 6-person family living in this area, in this size place. It looks like they've got basically 1 bedroom for all the kids, 1 for themselves, and then just kind of like a living area, and they just use the kitchen itself, in the tavern for their kitchen. So this is all they've got.
Well, so let's go ahead and start. Sit down, get comfortable.
Yes,
This may be a difficult conversation.
Yes, a little bit. I'm worried about my husband. I'm very worried about him. Also, why we're running out of supplies. His brother, Harris, lives down in Imstead, and Maxwell, that's my husband.
You get angry at that kitty?
Alright, cutting that part out. And Maxwell, that's my husband, he takes our wagon and goes down usually every couple months, to visit Harris. And Harris and his wife and everything, they actually, well, that's where we get all this jasmine honey from. They make it themselves. They, have a lot of bees, a whole apiary and everything. And, Harris's wife, Erin, does a wonderful job with the flowers, mostly growing jasmine and trying to restrict them to it so we get this beautiful jasmine honey. It's only about a week trip to get down there and a week back. But he's been gone for over a month. Well, almost over a month. I'd say 5 weeks by now. Okay, which, clarifying things, if you have looked at the calendar, when I say a month, that's actually 7 weeks is a month in this world. There are 8 months in the year. Each month is 7 weeks long.
Now, Alyssa, when you say it takes a week, is it a week there or a week?
It's a week there, a week there, a week back, about, and then usually a day or two that he would spend visiting with his brother, packing up supplies and trading to him. We purchase the honey from them, so it is. So we get that as well as there's a couple other things that we get from down there. And then on his way back, he usually stops in the market to get supplies for everything else we need, make some business deals. But the longest he's ever been gone is about 2.5 weeks, and he's been gone for twice that long. I know he would not dilly-dally. He knows we need the supplies and that we're running, we'd be running low.
Were you with him when he left the city?
Yes.
So
yes,
you
I
saw
helped him pack up the wagon.
Leave Kai.
Yes, well, I helped him pack up the wagon, and just as usual, he took the path and headed down out the southern gate and towards Hempstead.
Okay, real quick, how close am I to this conversation? Can I hear it, or am I still? Where am I in the
You're
bar?
probably about 20 feet away, but I mean, there's nothing else going on in here, but they are behind a door.
Okay, so I probably wouldn't hear it. I'm just chilling outside, enjoying my drink. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And both of you are in there.
Yeah. If I handed you my map, could you mark down Hempstead for me?
Yes, absolutely. And she shows you right down here on the map is where Hempstead is.
Now, before your husband headed down to Hempstead, in this particular trip, was there anything different that he had to prepare for, or anything he said?
No, everything was
the same as normal?
Yes. It's just he has not been back yet. I'm worried about him. I mean, who knows what, if he encountered bandits or some wild beast attacked? I don't know. He has never been late like this.
Well, I suppose there's not much we can really gather here except that he is gone and that we need to head on that path.
Well, we now have a lead, the biggest thing.
Exactly. So, that much is very important. And, Alyssa, we will do the most in our power to find your husband and return him safely. I promise you that.
Thank you. And, I know it's not much, but I mean that's all I can afford right now. But I will tell you this: if you do this, you can stay here free for a week, food and rooms.
Alyssa, I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna find out whatever the guild's rate is for this job. We're gonna pay that off, but don't worry about paying us. You've been so kind to us so far. Don't worry about it. We're gonna do what we can. I can't promise you anything, but we're gonna head down to Hempstead. We're gonna try and find your husband, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, back to get to the hard part of this conversation. Did your husband have any enemies or anybody who may target him out?
No, not that I know of. I mean,
Any past relationships that could have fallen out, maybe?
no, not Not that I'm aware of. I mean, he's well liked. Times have been a little rough for our business. Just more so in the last couple of weeks because we've been running out of supplies and haven't been able to keep our menu up, and I'm running things without him.
Any competitors around here trying to...
Oh, there are several taverns and inns around, but we all have our own specialties, and no one seems to...
No one's directly competing against you.
No. We are the only place, and she smiles a bit, and you can see that there's some pride here as she says this. We are the only place in Kyver, or as far as I know, this part of Korstal, that does what we do with our dishes. The sweetness of the honey that we get from his brother, the aroma and the clarity and the freshness that comes through from the jasmine flower in that honey. It is one of a kind.
Alrighty. I think I have about everything I need here for my notes. Lastly, what's your husband's name, in case we make contact?
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Yes.
Well, Alyssa, again, thank you very much, and I'm sorry if this is difficult to talk about for you.
No, you're very welcome, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I think we've done about all that we can here. Cool.
The only thing I can think of is scoping out the place. Do you mind if we have a look around?
Not at all, no.
You'd probably be better at that You'd probably be better at that than I am.
Would I already be in the tavern?
Yeah, you'd be back in the tavern.
I'm gonna wave Gold down real quick. Hey, boss, there's nothing. There's just a hobo living in the alley, but no struggle, nothing. Alright. Hey, if you can.
Any roof access back there?
Nothing.
Any sewer grates or anything?
No smells, nothing. I just hobo living in the alley. You can find something that he used to wear that might help.
And Persephone, by this time you finished doing those things, and you're just kind of hanging out, and it seems like the kind of the shock of really seeing you for the first time, since he hasn't been out much when you guys were out in the tavern.
I didn't kill him, did I?
No. It seems to have the novelty of it has worn off enough that the rest of you guys, when you guys come out of the back room, the residence of Alyssa and her family, and you guys, when you're in the tavern, you see this little, 11-year-old boy is now sitting there and just actively just blabbering up a storm towards Persephone. It's like, you did a really good job of that. That was really cool. Hey, let me show you what else we do around here. And he's like trying to take charge. Okay, so behind the bar, my mom. This is where we get our Evermead from. You see this barrel right here, and he's just going through he's the man. He's the shit, and he's obviously trying to impress her.
I want to let him go on for a minute, and then kind of just look over at him and I don't want to intimidate him, but I want to smile at him to let him know I can still beat the shit out of him if I really need to.
It's Who left her with a child? It's a little.
You know what I could really use right now? Some human kebabs.
That's really fucked up.
So basically, what you are trying to do is intimidate him.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll it.
Don't scare the shit out of this kid. We're never gonna be able to come back.
She's opened up to you.
15.
Oh yeah, as you give him a look that you're trying to
I'm
come.
still just smiling
Yeah.
at him, though.
Yeah, you're trying to come across as like you're interesting, but you're a bug I could squash. You're not that familiar with children.
No, I'm not.
And the smile comes across a little more toothy than you would otherwise do. And you see his eyes go a little bit wide, and he just kind of backs up and gets to the corner of the bar. So he backs up and gets to the corner of the bar, and as soon as he gets kind of around that corner edge, he bolts into the kitchen and just like, oh shit, and he's gone. So he's in the kitchen now.
I'm gonna pour myself a beer from behind the bar.
Okay.
Sit my happy ass down.
While we're still in the private residence,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and take her consent and start searching around the place for possible hints as to maybe he had an extra excursion planned during his trip or anything he's possibly hiding from Alyssa.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
What is your investigation?
It is a
+1. I got a +3 if you need help.
I rolled a 3.
We ain't
I'm
found
gonna go give Gold a hand.
Okay. Well, he's saying right now this is where they're currently in the back room.
Yeah,
So-
you're not here to assist me.
You look around. You don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary, Gold.
No, I don't see any possible motive. Seems as if it was a third party involved now.
Well, if you can't find anything, I trust that.
Do you want me to take a second look?
No, don't worry about it.
Alright.
I don't want to invade her privacy any more than we already have.
So we leaving this town?
Let's go ahead and prepare for a 2-week trip. Better bring extra.
Do we know
Do
what
I
he
hear
looks
this
like?
part?
You asked that?
I'm asking Gold. Do we know what he looks like?
Nope.
All right, so
But
he's
I know where his
walking
cousin.
around. So he's walking around town, yelling his
That's
name.
kind of important. We should probably ask that.
I was gonna go to his brother, who runs the farm, and ask.
Yeah, no, let's just ask Alyssa.
Do I hear you say it's going to be a 2-week trip?
Yeah, you would have heard me.
Alyssa,
At this point,
I'm going to need more Evermead.
I bring him a beer.
Did they ever grab me
See if she's got.
Oh no! He was too busy, just like at first, just like in awe of Persephone,
Yeah,
and then
I got
scared
it.
shitless.
But I gave you one. So it's
So you asked.
so Alyssa, one thing we forgot to ask. This is very important in finding a missing person. What was Maxwell's appearance like? If you have some kind of photo that you'd be willing to part with, like a painting or something.
No, we couldn't afford anything as extravagant as a painting, but
Well, then a description will do.
yes, he's he's actually a year younger than me. He just had his 29th birthday not long ago. He actually has a little bit of gray. It's quite cute, actually, coming along the sides of his head. I think.
Right.
Maybe from the stress. But the rest of his hair is dark black. He keeps it short. Doesn't go for a beard, actually. He likes to maintain clean shaving. Well, I imagine he's changed out of them by now into something else. But when he left, he was wearing a nice green vest over just a simple shirt, like this. She actually pulls one from where they store their clothes. And so he was wearing a shirt like this, but with a green vest over it, and then just a pair of tan pantaloons.
About his height?
He's about like this, and she indicates, and I mean, you're estimating about 5'10", somewhere in that range, 5'10" to 6.
And can I assume that he's
Quite quite broad shoulders.
He's
A little bit of a guy.
Alyssa. Is he human heritage fully, just like you?
Yes.
All right, that does make things easier.
Any scars or
No.
marks?
No. But he was driving a wagon, which he took a lot of time to paint on the side of it. Our logo, which you've seen on the sign outside, is basically just a nice big honey pot with a couple bees flying around it. And he painted on the side of it, the honey pot, branding and all that.
Right, I'm glad you added that. I wouldn't have thought to ask.
It's a 2-horse wagon, and we have a mare, dappled mare, and a brown stallion that pull, both very large draft horses.
And anything else, or is that all?
Is there anyone that he travels with, maybe? Takes the trip with him?
No, he goes alone. It's quite a well-traveled road. Normally safe, and he's done it many, many times. Since he was a young man, before we even met, he'd done it several times, but he always insists on just taking the time to enjoy the road and take care of business himself. He doesn't like to rely on others.
Well, I think that's wonderful. You've given us a very good description. Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.
Again, like I said, I promise I'll do my best.
I appreciate it.
Alrighty, I think that's all I need.
Agreed. I think we shouldn't bother you any longer, so we'll get out of your hair.
Thank you. I must get back to work.
I hand her all of the tip money I made while doing the job.
All right.
Yeah, I quickly down the second drink that gets brought after taking the dishes and leave the 2 gold. That's the payment.
By the way, where has that little rascal Caleb run off to?
I point in the general direction he ran away to.
Percy, what did you do?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You'd make a wonderful daycare worker. Do you know that?
I actually get told that all the time.
I laugh once.
Ha! Alright, we need to procure rations, possibly a wagon and a horse. That way we don't take over a week.
How much do wagons typically cost?
I don't know, we'd have to find a stable master with one.
Oh, Dungeon Master!
If we are leaving this city
Procure a wagon.
to head over
I have an assistant. Breathe.
What'd you say?
leaving from the southern side of Kyber.
Yeah, so if you do this, we're looking at how many days?
That's a week trip.
Because we're in Kyber, right?
7 days there, 7 days back.
Correct.
1, 2, 3.
And that's without any detours.
That's just taking the main road the way that he did, and then just scoping out a couple places that we see anything suspicious on the road.
Yeah, so let's plan for 20 days out.
Seems good enough, just in case we need to make a couple pit stops or something like that, or we find something interesting.
Yeah, not only that,
Smart play.
have anything come up, I want us to be prepared.
So wagon is for sure gonna happen.
Alright, I haven't gone over equipment with you guys yet because we've been so close to the city. Do you guys have bedrolls, tents, anything of the sort?
Yeah, you guys would have all that standard equipment like that for being able to go out into the wilderness on your own and just, camp out wherever you want.
You would know that I have that stuff on my person.
Yeah, I know you don't go anywhere with that blanket.
It makes me feel safe.
I know, Ajax, I know.
You're cranky for the big man.
Yeah,
I just imagine the alpha meme, the like grizzled chin and facial hair, but with like the blanket from Peanuts.
Yeah, Linus.
Yeah.
We heading out today or waiting tomorrow morning?
I see no reason why we can't leave today, as long as we make the
If
provisions
Still,
necessary.
it's like the afternoon, right?
it's
Probably
not,
hardly.
it's
No more.
not even quite
But
noon.
by the time we get everything prepared, it'll be
By the time,
afternoon.
yeah, by the time you get everything prepared, it would be early afternoon.
Mhm.
It won't take too terribly
Yeah,
long.
we can leave.
By the way, how much did you say a wagon was?
You can procure a wagon for right around 35 gold, and it depends on the size of wagon you're looking for. If you're looking for a one-horse wagon, it's actually just a little bit cheaper, closer to about 25. If you're looking for a two-horse wagon, you're looking at 35. If you're looking for something even bigger, it's going to go up.
But would one
And
horse
then-
be enough to accommodate all of us?
A one-horse wagon, if you're all going to ride in the wagon,
I would do
you probably need a two-horse wagon.
Okay.
Which is going to be
Struggling
about,
horse.
for a draft horse, you're looking about 50 gold each. So in total, if you spend about 135, you could have a two-horse wagon, 2 horses, and I'll even throw in the tack and harnesses and everything for free.
Thank you, Mr. Dealmaker.
Yes.
What about the rations?
Rations?
I know we should have about 10 days on
Yeah,
this to begin with.
I'm going to say that you guys have sufficient on you at this point.
If not, I'll find something in the wood that we can cook up and eat.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go hunting.
You can always do some hunting to supplement.
Yeah.
We'll go hunting.
Alright, here's the deal. I'm willing to pay for the 2-horse wagon and the draft horses. Is anyone else?
I'll pitch it.
I'll picture.
I too will pitch it.
Then
I'm not going to make
You
you,
guys got it
burden
covered.
that by yourself.
I will throw in 50.
No, Percy, you're going to help pay. You're
I'll
contributing
throw
your
in-
fair share this time. You're not going on my tab.
I'll throw in 50 gold pieces for
Otherwise, I'm
one
going
of
to
the
start
horses.
charging you interest.
Also 50 for the other.
Alright, so that leaves 35 for the wagon.
Then I'll pay 35.
Works
Alright.
for me. Easy as one day.
You got off easy this time.
Daniel, I think you should be rolling this dice.
Percy will pay 5 gold and cover any extra rations and stuff you need. How's
There
that?
we go.
Yeah, 20s a beer mug.
You know, Gold, something tells me Percy's used to
You're
living
one
off
of
of
these
other
for your characters. The alcoholic.
Oh, yeah?
I got that impression.
Alright, so yeah,
Saying as
it's
she's been living off of mine.
it's about mid-afternoon. You guys have finished getting everything together. It's still early enough you can head out and make a little bit of progress on the road tonight before making camp.
Question: who's carrying the healing potions? Because we never discussed that. Because we have a couple.
I don't. I travel light. I refuse to carry them. I think my character wants to stock up on a few more arrows.
Okay. Like how many we're talking?
I want a bundle.
Okay. Bundle of arrows.
And maybe if I can look at it, a larger quiver to hold more than 20 at a time.
If you
Okay.
want, I can do the potions.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how many you gave us when we first got all the
I
items.
thought it was
I
3.
think we got like 3 normal and 1 greater, or maybe
Yeah.
it was 2 normal and 1
Did you
greater.
I
guys
think
want
it's
to
3
split them,
normal
or
and
you
one
just want me
greater.
to hold on to them?
Alright.
Bastard.
So you're looking for a larger quiver
Yes.
to hold more than 20 at a shot? Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can pick up
To what?
you can pick up an oversized quiver.
I mean,
It can
definitely
actually
not
hold
superior.
30 arrows in one,
Those are great.
so it's a little bit bigger, but it still doesn't interfere with your operation. There are bigger ones, but
I still need to travel light enough.
yeah, and they are those are more used for oh hey, we're under siege defending a point where we're not going to move much. We're like standing on a castle wall. I need 50 fucking arrows right here, but I ain't going to be moving. The 30 arrow one, you can still move without any penalties. But that's not very expensive. It costs you 2 gold for that. And for
Another 50 arrows.
50 arrows, that'll cost you 2.5. So 2 gold, 5 silver to get 50 arrows. Another 2 gold for the quiver. So
I'll take some arrows in the quiver as well.
they say, all right, tell you what, you give me 5 gold total. I'll make that 60 arrows. And you said you're also going to take some arrows?
I'll take the arrows and the quiver because I need to hold my bolts for my light crossbow.
Same amount?
Yeah, same amount, just to have some extra. I can leave it in the wagon.
All right, I'll tell you what. You give me 8 gold, and I'll hook you both up with one of the larger quivers and 50 arrows each. That's the end of part 1 for this episode. Tune in for part 2 next week.